There will be two parts to this documentary. First, I will define fast fashion and then explain why it's bad. The second part will go over how we can avoid contributing to it. Fast fashion can be defined as low-price, trendy clothing that copies ideas from the catwalk or celebrity culture and rapidly produces clothing to meet consumer demand. The first fast fashion clothing stores included H&M, Zara, and Topshop. Popular online shops today are Shein, Fashion Nova, Forever 21, and Missguided. Why is fast fashion bad? The fashion industry as a whole is responsible for 92 million tons of solid waste each year. That's 184 billion pounds of waste. Synthetic materials such as polyester and nylon are made up of plastic. Microfibers and microplastic are what's making them so. They're thinner than a strand of hair and invisible to the naked eye. These materials are a major source of microplastic pollution. The cost of production means fast fashion companies produce more clothes than they sell, and some companies incinerate the excess clothing. Out of the 13 million tons of clothing and footwear produced in 2018, only 1.7 million tons was recycled. This industry generates more greenhouse gas emissions than all international flights and maritime shipping combined. The speed at which these garments are produced means that more and more clothes are disposed of, creating massive textile waste every year. Garment workers receive horrible treatment, working 9 to 12-hour shifts with inadequate breaks. They are supplied with low wages and irregular pay, and the spaces are unhygienic. Not to mention the unsound building structures they work in. Some small building collapses and fires happen here and there, but the most devastating incident was the Rana Plaza building collapse. It happened in Bangladesh in April of 2013, killing 1,000 garment workers and injuring over 2,400. When being built, the site was not regularly inspected, and the inspectors did not apply necessary building codes. The owner of the factory building was illegally given permission by the local municipality to construct additional floors. Construction to add floors to the top of the building weakened the overall structure, causing it to collapse. Disasters of smaller scales continue to happen in Bangladesh due to the fast-made garment factories being the highest contributor to the GDP of Bangladesh. The political and economic environment is in a power position which enables the abuses of power that keep these employees in dangerous and unsanitary conditions. Instead of buying new and online, buy it secondhand at a thrift store. You can also hold a clothes swap with friends or have your own yard sale. Shop local and look for sustainable materials. Buying and supporting secondhand stores can be a great option. When going through your closet and decide it's time for a new wardrobe, do not throw away your clothes. If you don't want to spend the extra time to sell them, you can always donate them. You can even get paid to donate them at some stores. I think what's important when donating is knowing what happens to your clothes when you donate them and after. I wonder what that process looked like, so I decided to go to Deseret Industries to take a look. That's when I met Trevor, one of the store supervisors. Trevor was very generous and let me through the employees only area and guided me through the whole process. The DI has a donate drop-off window where people can donate literally anything. From here, the items are donated, get put out onto a table, and sorted. He told me that if clothes smelled soiled or of smoke, they would be separated into a bin that would go to the Humanitarian Center in Salt Lake City. All other items that are not clothes, such as books, shoes, knickknacks, etc., get put in bins to then be sorted. From there, they keep moving forward, clothes are laundered, sorted, price tags get put on, and then they're ready to go. But what happens to all the extra clothes? If there are extra, and there usually is, the clothing are put into a compactor that compacts 1,000 pounds of clothing at a time. These squares of garments are then shipped to the Deseret Industries in Salt Lake City. They then go through the same process of sorting. He told me that location then decides what to do with the clothing, whether it's moving them to other locations or going to the Humanitarian Center. Trevor told me that clothes usually stay on the racks for 4 to 6 weeks. I asked him, how do you decipher how long they've been out there? He told me to look at the tags. Each tag color was color-coded, and each color was being how long it has been on the floor. I didn't have any more questions for him after that. He talked to me briefly about how the DI is a non-profit organization. All of the money from sales, he says, circulates back. It pays the employees and for their training, and also covers tuition costs if the employees go to school. After interviewing Trevor, I felt that the DI is a good place to donate to. I was also curious about other thrift stores, so I went to Savers. They partner with Big Brothers Big Sisters. Another store I went to was Plato's Closet. This is a great one to donate and buy from. If you like the big and trendy name brands, I would suggest shopping here. They have all those brands and more, and for less than half the price you would normally pay for the new item. I asked an associate how the process works when buying the clothes people want to donate. She told me that people can come in with their clothes, and depending on the condition and what branded product it is, they can buy it off of you. You can either get cash or use the money like a credit to buy what's in store. I asked her the same question I asked Trevor. She told me the clothes usually stay in store for about 5 to 6 months before they're put on a clearance rack. And whatever clothes that don't get sold, they give to foster care. Another thrift store I would trust to donate to. I think if you're donating, know who you're donating the clothes to. A respectable thrift store or a charity, even shelters in need. If you're selling, consider places like Plato's Closet or hold a yard sale of your own. So, fast fashion. It puts its employees through a living nightmare with horrid working conditions and pollutes our planet like no other. So what do we do? Let's create a new trend that doesn't involve polluting the planet.